Hey guys, so today I have another tutorial for you, and this one is going to be another snail mail. It's going to be a envelope flip book. It's kind of like the boxed, the envelope box one that I made, but this time it's going to be just using a flat envelope, so you can use an envelope that's already made. Just take it apart if you want it a certain pattern and you don't like the glue showing. Take it and trace it onto some pattern paper, and you can use that. The sizes, you have to really just kind of make it fit, and I'll kind of show you what I mean by that. As you could tell by the title, it's going to be a waterfall flip book, so it's a little bit more interactive. This one is just something I made very quick just to show you before I actually show you the tutorial. So when you open up the envelope, depending on which way you put your waterfall, I'm having it going portrait style. So that's long ways here. And when they open it, the recipient opens it, it looks like this, and again, it's a part of the envelope. This time it's just not a shadow. Not a shadow. I keep saying shadow, but it's not a box envelope. So the recipient pulls on it, and it's a waterfall. So that's how that looks. A couple tools that you will be needing. You don't need a score tool, or, well, at least the one that I'm using. You can use a, I was going to say Fiskars because it's my favorite paper trimmer, but you can use any paper trimmer that you have. If it has a scoring blade, perfect. If not, if you have a bone folder, that'll work. The envelope punch board, if you have one, also comes with a bone folder. You can use this as well. Another tool is the envelope punch board. If you're going to use a template, then don't even worry. For this one, the size that I'm using is a 4.5 by 6 inch card size. So the paper size that you need is an 8.5 by 8.5, and you're going to score it 3 3/4 for your first score. With the measurements that I'm using, it's meant for this envelope size. I will tell you how you can change up the sizes, and I want to apologize if you hear any noises in the background. It's very windy here, and the winds are just anyways, and no more talking. I'm going to go ahead and get right to this. So here is my envelope. What I did was, because for those of you, if you want it to be this way and you want the waterfall to go landscape style, you most definitely can. I'm doing it this way, like I said. So what I wanted to do was make the envelope look like a coin pouch. The way that I did that was I just trimmed off the tip of this side here, as you could see. So this one as well, just a little bit, and then here I trimmed it off as well. That's the envelope. I'm using the Hello Love paper pad from Michaels, from their Hot Buy section. It's by Crate Paper. A couple other things that you will be needing. I suggest a needle or some kind of awl. I have a piercing tool by We Are Memory Keepers, and I'm going to be using that to pierce a couple of holes, and you'll see why. I also am going to be using 2 brads, and I have 2 different colored pink brads I found in my stash. And if you're using double-sided paper, you don't have to worry about having 8 of these, but the size that I'm using is 4 by 3 inches, so I have a total of 8 4 by 3 because it's single-sided. If you have double-sided paper, you only need 4 of these. And again, the size I'm using is 4 inches by 3 inches. You're also going to need a piece that measures 1 inch by 4 3/4 if you're doing this size. If you're going to do it long ways, this here measures 6 inches, so you want to cut down your your strip down to 1 inch to 6 by 6 inches. And I believe the last piece that we'll be needing today is this piece here. You want to make sure that it matches with the piece that you're using. So this is going to be the part that goes this way, and that measures 4 inches. So you want to make sure that you measure this to 4 inches as well. So this measures 4 by 10 inches, okay? 4 by 10 inches. And these are 4 by 3. If I were to do 3 by 4, I would want to cut this piece down to 3 by 9 inches. And the reason why is because with these, because they're a little bit longer if you're doing a 3 by 4, in order for it to fit into the envelope, 3 pieces would probably do. So, yes. Okay, so we're going to start off with the 4 by 10 piece. I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. I'm going to take my scoring tool, and I'm going to measure, or score, sorry. I'm going to place the measurements on the screen like I did with my other tutorial on how I make my boxes, or my envelopes as well. So I'm going to score at 2 inches, 2 3/4, 3 and, oh, no, wait, just kidding, 3 1/2, and 4 1/4. So you're going to score at 2 inches, 2 3/4, 3 1/2, and 4 1/4. So if you, like, say you were to score at 2 inches, you want to score every 3/4 of an inch until you reach 4 1/4. When you fold your score lines, if you're using single-sided paper, you want the pattern that you want to be shown facing downwards. So you're going to want it to look like this. So your score lines are going to be folding towards you, if that makes sense. Like the little rigid edges are facing you. Okay? And the mistake that I made was, don't make the mistake of when we adhere papers on doing it on the long side. You want this long side to be empty, so make sure that you are going to start adhering things on the short piece here, the 2-inch piece, okay? So, I'm going to take, this is it for the scoring tool. I'm going to take my 4 by 3 pieces and I'm going to adhere them together. Okay, so with pattern papers, some patterns actually need to be a certain way. I'm going to tell you, okay, so this one is going to be here, like this. So when you're going to adhere your next pattern, you're going to do it upside down, just like this. If that makes sense. And I'll show you once we start getting the waterfall put together. For now. And it honestly doesn't even matter because you can literally switch this because this side doesn't matter. But if you had 2 patterns that actually needed to be faced a certain way, it will matter. And I will show you that once I finish adhering these. Alright, so now that I have all my pieces here adhered, have those there, I'm going to take this 4 by 10 inch piece, and I'm going to start adhering my pieces down. So when the waterfall works, because this is where I made the mistake of my patterns, when you pull it, as you can see right here, my pattern is upside down. It's going this way. I want it facing downwards, just like this one. So when I pull this, I did the same mistake here. So this piece is going to get adhered down to here like this. I'm going to start off with the pink piece here. So you want to put adhesive only on the top part, and then you're going to adhere it to your paper. Again, it's going to be on the white side if you're using single-sided. If you're using double-sided, you want to do it on the side that you don't want to be seen. And so for the next piece, because I'm going to be alternating patterns, I want this to be not like, I want it to be this way. So make sure that when you adhere this to here, you're going to put it on upside down. So instead of putting it on the top here, because you read it this way, if instead of putting my adhesive on top here, I'm going to put it at the opposite side of where the words are showing. And I know it sounds super confusing, and I'm sorry. But, so, again, this was the 2-inch piece here that we just adhered this down to. So we adhered it down to the bottom underneath that score line. The second score line here, we're going to go ahead and line this up underneath that score line as well. And we're going to do the same thing with all these patterns here. Finish with creating the waterfall. So now you just have that long piece that I told you not to adhere anything to. You have that left. There's no other score lines here. So that's how it looks. So the pattern, you want to just make sure that it matches with all of these, because it's going to show through here, because this is your pull tab right here. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and bring in our envelope. You can decorate beforehand or after. I'm going to do it after. So then now you're going to take your 1-inch piece and center your waterfall piece in the envelope. Then you're going to want to open it up. So now you can see the pattern all right here. So you guys can see this. The piece with the brads on. You can see the little butterflies. They're super cute. So the next thing that you want to do, this piece here, this is your 2-inch piece that we didn't put adhesive on. Put adhesive right onto the bottom of this. Alright guys, leave it to me to forget to mention to you guys. You want this about 3/4. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. You want this to be about 3/4 of the way up. So I am going to re-pierce my holes, and this time I'm going to pierce them a bit higher. So about 3/4 of an inch is how high you're going to want these to be. Okay, so here it is, your little strap here. I'm going to place this in here. You want to just make sure that when you adhere this, it adheres down to the that 1-inch flap. Adhere it down, and then let me flip this open. I think this will show you guys a bit better. So zoom in a little bit. You want to have that 2-inch piece adhered down to at least this 1-inch strip. So that way when we pull this, you have your waterfall. See? So, and you see what I mean by these two matching up? They're both facing the same way. So when I push this back up there, it goes like that. Super fun. So that way it's a little bit interactive, and see how they match up. I will show you my other one where it didn't match up, but it still works. So see how these didn't match? They're opposite. If it doesn't bother you, then that's fine, but with me, it most definitely bothered me. So this is why you want to use brads, because you see how it lifts up here. You could kind of see it if you don't use brads or stitch it down. So I suggest that. I'm going to go ahead and decorate this and show you how it looks after I've decorated it. This is just a tutorial on how to do this, so that way the video is not too long. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish decorating this and show you the finished product. Okay guys, so I finished decorating the flip book, and because the book or the waterfall was small, super easy to decorate. Here is the front of the envelope. It's very simple. Just use a bunch of die cuts that I die cut from the pattern paper. I just did a quick collage. I used some of this ribbon that I picked up from last year from Walmart. Used a couple of die cuts, and then for the back I just temporarily closed it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this. Might use some washi tape, but when they open it, or when she opens it, my recipient, it's going to pop open again like this, and this is how the inside looks. And then when she pulls it open, I'm going to put pull on here, so that way when she pulls it, so as you can see, you could still add some goodies for your recipient, and then they can easily just push it back in. So again, here's a little bit of a faster view. And then, as you guys can tell, my pattern changed. I just ended up putting a journaling card from one of the pattern papers, and it just says lots of love. It was getting caught because it was a little bit shorter than here. It was getting caught to this slip, what is that 1-inch piece here, and it kept getting caught under there, so I just put washi tape, and so now it easily just flips open. And then it reveals a message, which I thought was really cool, because then oh my goodness, my sweater. Okay, so yeah, so when she opens it, towards the end, as she's pulling it, a message is revealed, and it just says lots of love. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys each one here. I was going to cover this with another piece of pattern paper, but I really liked how white it was with all the colors here. I thought that it toned it down a little bit. So here is the first one. Just a little bit of collage with die cuts, pieces from the pattern paper, an enamel dot, and then you pull it, and then the first one. So if you push, when you're pulling on it, it tends to not lay flat. You can just easily push it and it'll lay flat. So this is my tag. I just put 3 questions or 3 prompts, and one was goal for 2016, 2 was favorite color scheme, and 3 what you love about 2016 so far. It looks like 4, but it's far. And then I just used some gold letters, the same ones that I used on my pocket letter to spell out tag. And this is just a die cut flower from one of the pattern papers. Here, I just did a little bit of collaging here, just with some die cuts and stickers and enamel dots. And then here is a paper clip that's holding 2 pieces of 2x2 cards that my recipient can use on some projects, and then another die cut bow tab, and then pull it, and then the paper clip is also holding a sparkle pack, so it has some pink, 2 shades of pink glitter or sequins, and then some gold confetti and some pink confetti with 2 heart die cuts inside of it. And I just use a red paper clip from Target to hold that down. And these are just some 2x2 squares. I used some of those black alphabet stickers. And then this large enamel heart sticker. Some more little things here. And then you pull this one. And then this here is the last one. And it reveals the lots of love. And then I just made a little, like, belt, I guess you can call it, like a little band to hold my letter in. So this is just a little piece of stationery paper to write my letter, and I just folded it and stuck it in here. Used a die cut heart, and I cut out this airmail from one of the pattern papers and just stuck it here to keep it very simple. And I just used some letter stickers to put letter. To cover up my mistakes where my holes were, I just used some enamel dots, or heart enamel dots, and these ones actually moved from when I was trying to fix this one here. But yes, and then here's the lots of love, and then you close it back up. Looks like this. So I am probably going to get a question about how I package this. Sorry about that. So yes, I'm going to be putting this in a 5x7 envelope and probably decorating that envelope as well. Not as much as this, but that's pretty much it for today's video. I really enjoyed making this, and I love coming up with different ideas on how to make flip books and just different ways of sending your pen pal different types of flip books and just a different way of sending letters. But yeah, I have a couple more ideas that I want to share with you guys, but this one is it for today, as well as the pocket letter. Again, I will show you really quick of how it looks. And look how easy it flips. So again, you can alter the sizes. If you keep the length of the 10-inch with different sizes, normally a 9-inch would work, but because this is a little bit taller, like about 3 inches, and I'm using 4 pieces of patterned paper, a 10-inch will work. If you want to do 3 pieces only, a 9-inch piece will work. So you just have to play around with the measurements, and it'll work perfectly fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and just keep an eye out for more of these kinds of tutorials. Like and subscribe for more, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!